Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today we're going to look at Bitcoin and how to follow the market structure. The market structure literally helps us make sure we're making the right decisions. And how does it help us? Number one, it makes sure we're on the right trend. Number two, understand the bulls versus bears dynamic in both the short term and the long term, guys. And it could be used in multiple time frames. So it could be used on the daily chart, weekly, 4 hour, 1 hour, even down to the 5 minute or 1 minute chart. And what we're going to look at next, guys, is essentially how that structure forms. So on the left here, guys, we have a segment of the uptrend, and it's broken down in these phases: the anticipation, the participation, the exit, and then the avoid areas. So in stage one is the accumulation. And you're going to notice we aren't making any significant higher highs or any lower lows as well. And as we start to break this range, guys, you're going to notice the markup, which is the start of an uptrend and the break of the range of the accumulation area. And all dips here are being bought. And then it's followed by a distribution stage where it's not making any significant higher highs or any lows. And this is where the sellers start coming in and anticipating a breakdown. So for example here, guys, on the right, there's anticipation, participation by the sellers, exits, and the areas to avoid, which is any uptrends. So right here we can see in the decline stage of a bear structure being formed. So what I'd like to think of it is a giant, somewhat like an M. So we go up, and down. And essentially what this structure is made of are three things: uptrends, downtrends, and sideways action. So in the uptrend, guys, we're making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs once again, and all higher lows are being bought. So any dips are being bought. And the vice versa is true when it comes to a downtrend. We're going to make lower lows, a lower high, and then lower lows once again. And then when we're stuck in a range, we're not sure what direction it's going to go. Generally, it's the best area to avoid. So we're going to look at a Bitcoin chart today to see where it stands. All right, guys, so what here we can see is the early accumulation stage. And we have a couple ranges here that we can see. And once we broke this, we have now, back in November 2020, was the markup stage, guys. And we can see here this giant run up. And when you have a big run up like this, we first see now a lower low being formed. And now we have another impulse move upwards and another lower low. And once again, we now break through this range and we finally are hitting a very high significant point, as well as a very significant number, which was around 60,000, guys. And you notice here, now we tried creating another lower low, and the test finally came. And then we did finally break out of that 60,000 range, but not up towards the 65, 70,000 range. And we noticed we finally broke the lower low structure. And we can see this here, guys, within this little box. Oh, let me just fix that here, guys. Okay. So here are the lower lows. And what we would want to see is a low around maybe 55,000 and then towards the upside. Because we didn't see that, a lot of people were anticipating that this might be a distribution cycle. And then once we broke through the lows here, now we're entering a decline stage. So we don't necessarily know now what makes sense and what areas are potentially buy areas. What we can do is look at previous support areas. So what I think is either around here, which is the up to, let's say, between these lows, I would say probably 28,000. If we were to lose 28,000, then we need to look at the next structure area. But right now we can see some demand come in. So if there is area holds, we can head towards back to this side. If it breaks, then we can see some significant downtrend up until 20,000. 20,000 was a great significant number, guys, and even 25,000 was the next level, I would say, even. So depending on what area of the box that we hold, and then we can see how that market structure looks like. So right now, in my opinion, we're still in the decline unless we finally break through and create lower highs and higher highs, similar to the action that we see here, right here, guys. And if we get a pullback, we want to see buying action come in and with some volume as well. So right now, to me, this looks like a market structure that has its, its accumulation, its markup, its distribution, and now it's in the decline. So you want to be very cautious before buying in this area. And if you do buy it within this area, be mindful of this rectangular area between the 30,000 all the way down to 28,000. Right now, it's being bought up. But if it comes down and it fails that retest, I would exit all positions, guys. So I hope this video helps. And if you can like and subscribe, that'd be great, guys. There's tons of videos on the way. Have a great day.